In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the Divi framework on Divi 5. So currently I have my framework here installed on Divi 4. Now, this is the website I was working on yesterday, and as you can see, the UI here is the UI for Divi 4. So we want to convert this into Divi 5. All right, so let's head over now to ZipWP. This is the platform that I use if I want to create websites super fast. And by the way, you can get a free account by going to the link I've provided in the video description below. All right, so let's go ahead and log in. So I'm going to click here to log in. Next, I'm going to come over here to my staging sites. So this is where I have a list of all the websites that I'm working on. And the site in particular that I need to look at is this one here, SiteCrafter Tutorials. I'm going to go ahead and log in. Okay, so now that I've logged in, what we need to do is to just double check what we are running here. So I'm going to come over here to Appearance and then click on Themes. So as you can see here, I have Divi 4 installed. So in order for us to upgrade our Divi 4 website to Divi 5, we need to add the Divi 5 theme. So I'm going to click here on Add New, and then I'm going to click on Upload. Right, so I've already gone ahead and downloaded Divi 5, and again, I'll leave a link to that in the video description below. So here is Divi 5. I'm just going to drag and drop it in here like that, and then click on Install Now. So this won't take too long to install. And then after this, I'm going to click on Replace Active with Uploaded. Now, this is very, very important because we want now to go to the Divi 5 Alpha, okay? And then next, I'm just going to take a look quickly here, and it says theme updated successfully, which is what we need. All right, so if I now go to visit site, does that mean that everything is okay? Well, let's take a quick look. So if I click here on Edit with Divi, you're going to notice now that Divi has been now activated, but this is not ready yet, and I'll tell you why. So let's head over back here, and you're going to notice that we have backwards compatibility mode enabled here. So what I normally do in this situation is I would come over here to WordPress, and then I'll come to Divi and then go to Divi 5 Migrator. You can also see this over here on Dashboard. Okay. So over here on Dashboard now, I can now click on Migrate this website. Now this part here is very, very important because we are now upgrading our website from Divi 4 to Divi 5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and say migrate this site to Divi 5 Alpha, confirm. So this now should get rid of all my shortcodes and so on. Now, just to go through all these check marks, we can see that everything has gone on okay. All the library items are compatible with Divi 5 Alpha and no errors. Okay, so this is fantastic. Okay, so it looks like everything is working fine. So let's see now if we get that error again, the compatibility one. Okay, now it's gone. So it means that my editing experience now can be pretty much okay with my Divi framework. All right, so let's go ahead and start editing this. I'm going to go ahead and click on Edit with Divi and see if there's any changes to our UI. And sure enough, if I click here, you can see everything now has been upgraded. I can go into my different layouts here and do all sorts of stuff. So let's see if what we've just done has also introduced our codes. So when I go to this text, and I like Divi 5 by the way, because I just click on what I need to click on, and then I can straight away start working on it. So now that I've clicked on that, I can come over here to Advanced, CSS ID and Classes, and you can see that our class here is intact. You know, nothing has gone wrong. Again, if I come over here to, let's say, this row, I know that I've added some spacing. So I'm going to go ahead, click on Advanced, CSS ID and Classes, and there we go. I remove the padding, and then there's a top margin of medium. So let's just add large, and let's see if this is going to work. Boom, and you can see here that my code is working okay, which is fantastic. I'm going to bring it back here to medium. Okay, because that's the size I want. Let's go ahead and save. Now, I know I have a page called Framework. So again, I want to see if that page is showing correctly. And sure enough, we have our framework here. So, I mean, I can play around with my fluid text, lowercase, left, right, everything is in place. So let's try a few more things here again. So I'm going to go back to my home page. All right, so let's just add a new section. So I'm going to come over here. In fact, let's go with a new row. Okay, and then on the left here, now I've just noticed that it's super fast, and this is why perhaps it's a good idea that you start working on this. So let's go ahead and add a blurb. Okay, so it's working fine. And let's say I want to go in and add a single column. Boom, everything is, pretty much okay. We're going to duplicate this a few times, and then I'm going to go into my column here and add my class, which is Flexbox. And sure enough, everything is working fine. So as you can see, it is very, very easy to go in and upgrade your Divi 4 website running SiteCrafter Pro to Divi 5. So everything seems to be working fine. Now you may be thinking, well, but I've seen some errors while I try to do this. Yes, sure enough, if you have some plugins, there could be an issue where you have some errors and so on. But in my case, in fact, it might be interesting to you that I'm actually running my website, sitecrafter.com, using this method. So as you can see, my UI here is Divi 5 Alpha. So this is what I'm actually using on my current website. Divi University, same thing. I'm also running SiteCrafter framework on Divi University. And if I exit here, you can see that there we go. So that's the site here. It is running Divi 5. So what does that mean in terms of running this on a production website? Well, I don't really recommend you do that because there are a few errors here and there that I've noticed. And of course, bear in mind that Divi 5 is still in the alpha stage. It's not even in beta yet. But the way I'm using it on Divi University and SiteCrafter, it's very minimal. There's nothing much running there. I think the plugins are very minimal, but I haven't seen any issues yet. Sometimes I find that things are aligned left, and then when I refresh the page, things go back to normal. It's a bit annoying, but I think it's something to do with Divi 5 itself. So that is something that you can always bear in mind, that this Divi 5 or this method that I've just shown you is not ideal if you're doing this on a client's website. I think it's good if we wait for the actual beta version, because so far things are really solid. But just to be on the safe side, okay, like I said, I'm using this on Divi University and SiteCrafter. It's working fine. I mean, I can't complain. But in your case, you may want to hold off a little bit until Divi 5 beta is out. Anyway, guys, the link to everything that I've used in this tutorial is in the video description below. Go ahead, check it out, and I'll see you again in the next one. Take care.